reactions to all things addicts. Like Melendez giving up, ADB's crashing out, a mouse trying to roach. That's why we're waiting all day for that late night advance. Madden addicts, football with ads on Twitch, and always remember Flint is a bench.
And welcome to the Hen House. I am your boy Blue Henny, rocking to you with our first episode of the 2026 year. Happy New Year to all you motherfuckers. Rocking to you today with a solo show. Apologize for my voice being a little way it is, a little raspy. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet today. We're going to quickly be recapping the picks that me, Davis, and Melendez made in our last episode, the last time I talked to you guys. And I'll be going over quickly my personal power rankings for, so far, the Season 1 of the Reboot League. Alright, so let's get into it. Starting off on the NFC side of the predictions. The NFC East, honestly, so far, we've gone according to Script's predictions. It was all three of us picking Flynn. And that division's pretty much shaking up as I expected. Speedy is in the mix. P-Funk, definitely one of the surprises, at least in my opinion, of the season so far. And you're going to see in the power rankings that reflected. But for the most part, it's going the way I expected. I do think that division is being more competitive than I anticipated it, though. All right, moving on to the NFC North. Reg was predicted by Davis and Melendez, and I went with Sports Freak. Right now, Eclipse and Sports Freak are tied for division lead. So my prediction is pretty close on that one. Apologize for that. I hear a phone ring. So back to what I was saying. Sorry about that. My prediction seems to be at least in the mix there. Reg, I don't know what's going on with him. He's 4-7 right now. Could be potentially a rebuild. Maybe just not having a good season, but so far, it looks like that might be a point in my direction if we're keeping score. The NFC South with a clean sweep of predictions for Davis, and that's pretty spot on, honestly, even though he has some close competition there with Zilla. And even Nesquik is in that mix too there, but all three of us are on point there. And then the NFC West, made myself and Davis picked me. I mean, shit. And then Melendez picked Mel. I know, going back to what I said in my last episode, if we ended up getting the old versions of Mel and Clue, I could easily see myself falling to 3 or 4. And you're going to see in the power rankings, I do think my division might be the highest ranked. So it is a hard division, but letting myself down a little bit there. But I kind of made some questionable trades and slowly rebuilding it up. All right, moving on to the AFC side of our predictions. And pardon me while I quickly pause this, but I have to pull it up on my phone. I am currently casting while I do have to pull up the division. Starting off with the AFC East. Well, we did have one change. OG took over for Trend, which the Hen House did predict. Shout out to the main chat for that, predicting the first quit. And it was. But we all predicted Sports Freak to win it, even though right now he's currently in a tie with the Bills, Frank. But that one's looking on point, but that's a pretty close division, but no one's really pulled away right now. I mean, even between those two being tied, and even OG is in the mix still if he could catch up. I know he got put in a deficit because of Trend, but he could easily catch up on that. Moving on to the AFC North, if my phone wants to load. There we go. Moving on to the AFC North, we had myself picking Riley and Davis and Melendez picking Bang. Neither picks are looking bad. Riley's currently winning the division by 2 games, so I would technically have the edge there, but the division's pretty much going as expected. White Boys around 500 in the mix. Riley's having another good year. Bang having a solid year. Probably could be a little bit better, but still solid. Moving on to the AFC West, and I'm going out of order here because I'm going to need a minute on the AFC South. The AFC West, I mean, Stank was predicted by Davis and Melendez, and I picked Mo. And truthfully, it's not a bad picture right now. Stank is in the lead at 9-3, with Mo being only a game behind, so that's definitely not out of the mix yet. And looking at the point for Mo has almost 200 points more than whatchamacallit. Actually, sorry, no, I'm wrong. Actually, I'm misreading it. Red Dog's in first. That's damn lag. Red Dog's in first, so all of us are off right now. Stank is at 7-5, I meant to say, with Mo being 7-4. I do think Mo is going to pull that division out. The points for is crazy in his favor. And moving on to the dumpster fire of the league, the AFC South. I mean, I know jokes were made that my division was easy last year, but eventually it turned around, but it was never this. Right now we have Beast in first at a whopping 4-7, followed by Melendez at a whopping 4-8, Mouse at 2-9, and Dub at 1-11. Like, Jesus Christ on a motorbike. Like, this is I don't even know how to describe this one. I mean, Beast and Melendez I know are better than this, but Jesus. Me and Melendez picked him, and Mouth is picked by Dave. It's yeah. Like, this is going to be like an NFC South in real life where 8-9 might win the division, and I don't know if 8-9 is even going to happen. Just watching this, and you're going to see in the power rankings, it's just rough. I have no more words that I can think of here. That division's so ass. All right, but moving on to our power rankings. So, I didn't go in any particular order. I did use the standings, point 4, and a little bit of personal opinion in here. But starting off in the bottom group at 32, we got Yib with the Lions. 31, Noop at 31 with the Commanders. Applauds to Noop. Noop is not at the bottom there. Noop does have a win. Yib does not. What the hell, Yib? Like, what the shit? Dub at 30 with the Texans. Sean at 29 with the Steelers. Mouth at 28 with the Titans. Goose at 27 with the Jets. Melendez at 26 with the Colts. Beast at 25 with the Jaguars. Reg at 24 with the Vikings. James at 23 at the Panthers. And OG/Trend at 22 with the Patriots. Going back to my AFC South, this might be the first time that an entire division is all in the bottom 10. And deservedly so based off the records. I know the users could be doing a lot better, like I mentioned, but off the record, this is just bad. And then we also have, OG, I don't really consider at 22. I think he's more inherited this situation. James is better than a 23rd ranked user. I think he just had some unluckiness to go his way, to be honest. And then other things, and you're like, Goose, I want you to bounce back. You know you're my boy, but you got 100 burger dropped in you, so you know I had to bring it up. No, nobody's safe here. All right, moving on to the middle of the pack. I got myself at 21, White Boy at 20. That's Quick at 19, Sports Freak at 18, Saints Pride at 17, Eclipse at 16, Big T at 15, Speedy at 14, Stank at 13, Bang at 12, and Frank at 11. I barely made the middle here. I pretty much made it. It was pretty much a tie between me and, honestly, OG. But since I'd been here the whole season, I know I'm not having a good season by my imagination. That's been going better, but definitely a down year for me. Still trying to go for it, but at this point, it's looking less and less likely. I'm proud of Quick here. I knew Quick would eventually crack into the middle part, because I know he's a good just video game user. Sports Freak is deceptively in the middle of the pack here, but could easily break out. Saints Pride, a down year for his standards, because he's usually near the top. I think this is the first time I've ranked him not in the top 5, if anyone wants to fact check me on it, but it's a down year for him. Not really sure what the reason was there. Could be the fact that he was away on vacation and played on a laptop, but I thought he didn't do that bad. But I'm more curious. I could see him bouncing back there. And then that bottom three, like 11, 12, 13, or even Speedy 4, like those are some good users there. It was a tough call to really cut them out of the top 10. I feel my voice going here. So, moving on to our top 10. At 10, we have Scada with the Chiefs. P-Funk with the Giants at 9. Zilla with the Saints at 8. Mo with the Raiders at 7. Clue at the Cardinals at 6. Mel at the Rams 5. Red Dog with the Chargers 4. Riley with the Bengals 3. Davis with the Falcons 2. And the man himself, Flynn, at 1 with the Eagles. P-Funk obviously is honestly the surprise of the top 10. I mean, he's earned it. He's had some very quality wins. He's staying in the mix there. I would like to see him continue it. Scada got into the top 10. I believe Scada has 5 losses. There was a bunch of teams with 5 losses. I think from 10 to 18 were all 5-loss teams, but Scada had by far the most points for. And I did not know that, and kudos to you on that one. You're killing it on the offensive side of the ball. I probably got to tune into one of your Twitches soon to see this shit. But he gets a 10 off that. Let's see. Mo, down for his standards, but still in the top 10. Mel and Clue back-to-back at 5 and 6. Goes into exactly what I said last episode and what I touched on before. If you get the older version of them, where Mel definitely had a down year his last year of the old league, and Clue really his first full stint of this year. If you got the old version of them, they were top 5, 10 users, and they're fucking damn well proven it. Red Dog, I mean, always good. I think finally getting out of the NFC East hellhole of the last league. Yeah, I think you're finally seeing Red Dog really come to the surface and shine and not being overshadowed in a division that had Reg and Saints Pride. Riley, again, Riley's proven that the end of last league was not a fluke, and he's damn killing it. I'm proud of you. You're really doing good. You definitely is worthy of that top 3 slot, and worthy of the top slot in the AFC on here. Davis is back, or sorry, I gotta say sign. He's ass. Quotations. Obviously not ass. Just dropped 100 ball. He is killing it. He has his stats specifically since his Waddle trade, which I'm still a little disappointed I didn't get, but it is what it is. He's been doing even better since then. He got a haul for him, and he's clearly parlayed it into even more success than this, if not a better version of Davis. And I'm going to fucking kill myself for saying it. Kyler Murray going to superstar is definitely going to take him to the next level. The only concern I have, and it's not even Davis, is coming from my own personal experience. Kyler was that height was a major factor in why I traded him. Like, he got swatted at the line more than any other player that I can think of in recent memory, where I hope maybe that was just me, but I could see that being the only pitfall if that ends up being an issue. And then Flynn at number 1. Flynn was waiting for the draft league. Flynn has had a freaking small village of QBs. He's had the same amount of QBs this year as Phillip Rivers has fucking killed like children. So I mean, he's got every QB known to man. He's on Bo Nix now. He's going to stick with him for this year, obviously, but who the hell knows. But he's just proven he doesn't really need any specific talent to win. If you ever get a chance, go look at his freaking cornerbacks. Like, his cornerbacks look like a Division II, like, powder puff team, but he's killing it with them. And that's going to be it for our power rankings today. And now moving on to our ticket of the week. Hey, fellas. So, voice is sounding better. You're going to see I did a little costume change. So, I'm filming this second part today on Tuesday, mostly because of the fact that, well, didn't get a chance to edit what I wanted to, but also our glorious head commissioner, St. Pride, dropped some short descriptions for us. So, I felt like this would be a fun time to add it onto the episode, because I'm sure if you haven't read them, you're going to want to hear it. And I definitely have a little bit of thought on some of them too. So let's get into that. Starting off with the AFC East. Saints Pride wrote for Bill, and you should see it on the screen too. He's the only active in Addicts when Brock Purdy is his QB. He's never competitive in Addicts. I don't know if I agree with that. He's had some pretty good moments, including this year, but Goose gave 107 points in a 6-minute quarter. That's about 4.4 points per minute. That's impressive. I mean, as a math teacher, I appreciate the math. Love you, Goose. Uh, Patriots trying to. Oh wait, well, we predict this. I talked about this on the first half of the episode. OG is going to be better than that. I think he's tanking the season though, but he has lost every game so far. And of course, his little self-description of himself. It is. I mean, we've said it before. Like, Nate's Pride is not a cheesy user. He's just a smart user. He does do a little bit of everything, and we do appreciate the time he did writing this, and didn't appreciate the troll with the free development. I could have fucking used that. F you. Moving on to the AFC South, the gutter division of the league. I mean, he's not wrong with what I said as a day one.
Have a great night. Don't forget to clock
Yep.
out.
That's the intercom if you didn't hear that. So that's the division is so piss poor. He doesn't know which team it is. Fair enough. Let's see. I'm reading Beast 180. He ran out on Sports Freak for the podcast. He traded for David. Oh, he's talking about David. So David makes more trades with Flynn while simultaneously. Right. Yeah, it was funny. He kind of lost a little bit of steam there. Melendez, he does complain a lot in group text, but I don't think he complains that much in the chat. I mean, just a little bit, but Mouth, I think that's the troll, if I'm right, pretty accurate. And Dub played against Mo in a bowl in the G League. I mean, I've said it, Dub isn't bad. I don't think Dub's just not cheesy, and I don't think he'll commit to the cheese, but Dub ain't bad whatsoever. Let's keep moving on, though, to the AFC North. All right, DeLeo, he did score 100 points on Mouse. I even mentioned that. Good times. White Boy lost on an onside kick. That's just pain. Bang, you're the top regular season user. I mean, that reminds me of me back in the day in Addicts, where I was just a regular season champion, but couldn't do jack shit in the playoffs. Pretty sure you have a better record than me in the playoffs, though, Bang, so can't really say much there. And Riley had more degrees than wins. Oh, that's petty as shit. I love you, Riley. That was a good joke, though. I gotta give Pride credits there. AFC West. I'm still not truthfully sure what speed glitching is, so that's what he has for the Raiders. Red Dog does have a lot of cheese. I mean, he always does. Definitely showing this year. Broncos, all it took for Stank to have fun on this game was to go from one bad QB in Ewers to a worse one in Shitter Sanders. I don't get how he's doing it with Sanders. I really don't get it. And then Scada, Juice ended it for the year, so now he can give his full attention. Maybe Saints Pride making a little bit of a prediction for next year. Hint, hint. All right, moving on to the NFC East. I mean, even describing Flynn makes my stomach turn too, Pride, but let's see. Speedy, the one-track mind, every draft league, he focused on one position, post and play their ass. Seems pretty accurate. Noob has more fun losing by 7 than most people have winning by 7. That's terrible. Come on. B-Funk, on the other hand, hated losing by 70, so he started taking the baseball hat to all those that cheesed him. I say baseball. Oh, I read it wrong. Baseball bat. I read hat. I can't fucking read. All right. NFC South. I ain't seen a man so unhappy to be unemployed as Zilla was when he got fired from his Jags job. Worked hard, got a new job, the cheese. Don't really know much on that one. I don't know if Nesquik likes chocolate milk. I mean, he's one of my friends, but I don't know. Drew, do you like milk? All right, Davis is the man variation of Steve Urkel, where he does his cheesy BS all the time. So, did I do that? That's actually really fucking spot on, actually. Dave, I'm sorry, that's a good joke. I'm sorry. James used to play an Addict before next-gen consoles, and while his play on the field wasn't memorable, his trolling of ACP was. I fucking hate to agree with him with that, but James always knows how to troll me, but me and James are friends in real life, too, so deep down, I don't take shit personally, but he does know how to fucking troll me. And moving on to the NFC North, Eclipse isn't particularly cheesy on the field. I disagree with that. But he is a cheesy team builder. Oh my god, contract gate. Using Travis Hunter is impressive for playing wide receiver CB. Van Ness can play every position on the field. That is true. Van Ness is a legend. Reg could have a bull map. He would focus for more than 6 plays at a time and stop getting attacked by caterpillars. Bear Sports Week traded his description for a 2026 Beast podcast. Lions, yeah, but tried to trade this description, but all of his offers were way too one-sided. Oh my god. So I gotta drop a like on that literally now. NFC West ending for me. Do you think there's a chance I play a clean version of the Hen House podcast to a student while I take a math test? No, I wish I could, honestly. I do talk Madden a lot with some of my students that play, but fortunately, we are not PG. Clue's already played more games this season in the past 2 Maddens. Can he keep his momentum? I mean, Clue and Pride are friends, so that's probably the most direct description. No trolling there. Big T has made it this whole season that I'm going to go out of the country. Will he make it the rest of the way? Hey, man, I wish I could go out of the country and take a vacation. Rams, will Mel ever feel satisfied with the amount of ability corners on his team? The answer to that is no. Never enough. Gotta catch them all. I don't know what fucking phrase you want to use. He's never gonna have enough cornerbacks. If he can run a formation with 10 corners, he would. All right. And we're going to start wrapping up. All right. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I do apologize for not getting this episode out yesterday, but I do feel with the description it was worth the wait. We'll be back next week on Monday talking about the playoffs, hopefully, and we will be returning to our bets of the week. We're going to start doing some playoff bets and maybe even sprinkle in a little NBA action. But from myself at the Hen House, because I'm by myself, I would like to say I appreciate all of you guys watching this. I mean, it's a labor of love, but it's a fun job to do, and honestly, I do take a little bit of pride when you guys watch it and drop comments, good or bad. So I appreciate you guys watching. If anyone's interested in joining on to next week's episode, or maybe even becoming a permanent co-host, if you feel like you're able to be on Mondays, usually in the morning, because Melendez is probably not going to be able to hop on as much as more, because he got a nice new job, so congrats to my boy on that. But if you're interested in becoming a permanent co-host, let me know. Or if you're just interested in jumping on, if you happen to be free on a Monday morning, I'll always add people on here. It's a fun time. So I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys next week. For you motherfuckers in the playoffs, good luck, because I'm sure I'm not going to be there. But, all right, signing off. Peace.
Waiting all day for the leak to crank at night. Get on your feet for cheese-filled fight. More than a game, these boys won't touch grass. Even for the boys that are perennial. Welcome to the Hen House pod. Blue Henny on the call, talking his shit and taking care of the ball. Updates and reactions to all things addicts, like Melendez giving up 80 beats, crashing out, a mouse trying to roach. That's why we're waiting all day for that late night advance.